What's going on, people? It's your man, the White Bee. Once again, big shout out to my doggy, 100%. G Knight for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, bosh. Deontay Wilder, the big Oklahoman. Is it Oklahoman? No, it's Alabaman. The big Alabama national basketball player, superstar squad athlete. We're doing a video on him today. It's a bit of a drought, I'm not going to lie to you. It's a proper drought right now. Fury's lost his head. He's running around the place off the gear with his kilt on. Netflix. The thing about these TV shows is, I might have to talk about this another day. The thing about these TV shows are, what they don't show you, if you watch the old school man from the 80s, they'd tell you what's really up. But corporations like Netflix, they're bringing back the old school. Meaning that, what was the guy who was in that film, Flubber? Flubber, was it? Something like that. He committed suicide at some point, but that's not the point. The point is, he said back in the 80s, filmmaking was cool. There'd be a pot of coke, a sniffler. There'd be a pot of kin of hand, and you got all your little Mickeys. There's a few Nigel Benns in a pot, and it'll be a great laugh. I'm telling you now, yeah. The Netflix cabal, they do the same thing. So you see Tyson, what's Tyson Fury doing with a kilt on and no top on? You know what they're doing. They got the pot of gear in their hand, and they're shoving it up his nose. Why? To make great TV. Anyway, Fury's gone. AJ's lost his head somewhere as well. There's not a lot going on right now, so we're going to talk about the most famous basketball playing boxer of all time. Yeah? That's what we're going to do. Oh, man. Oh, y'all. Cock-a-doodle-doo, man. Woo, 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 woo. 3-5-4 fun. Woo, woo, woo. Anyway, let's get to it now. He come out. I'm not sure where to start here. Let's play the... No, we'll start at the news articles first. There's a video of him slagging Tyson Fury off, saying he's a cheater, but people have covered that. Let's get to the newest leaked news, which is here. I'm sure I had another one as well. That's proper annoying. Here we go. Here he goes. Deontay Wilder, the bronze basketball player. I had to take a wellness check for my career and life in general. I saw a sports psychologist. I didn't tell my team about anything because in my mind I wanted to say that I was strong enough to get myself back together without anyone noticing anything. But unfortunately that wasn't the case, and I needed some serious help. After my last fight, after Zhang knocked the sweet sour sauce out of me, I understood that something was wrong with me. I am so much better now with my mindset, mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm physically healthy and have my mental health back too. A lot has happened to me, but God is good. I'm ready to go. Bosh. We've heard this before from Wilder. After Parker punched him up, he said the same. We've now had Zilly Zhang, Big Bang. He's saying the same. The difference is, though, there is an air from Wilder. There is an air of, which that leads me into this video here. There's an air of he's fighting a plumber. And this is what I was telling you about the Dave Allen thing. We know psychology isn't necessarily absolute, particularly in sports, right? If you're a tennis player and you're playing Roger Federer, that might be different than if you're playing a rank 200. Even though you're the same athlete, when you know you've got the beating of someone, confidence breeds confidence. Yeah? And Wilder always does this. He's full of, I'm back to my... He knock a bum out and you get in there with someone who's there to do him some proper harm, even if it's only 4 rounds of gas Zhang. Yeah? 2 rounds Zhang. Even if it's only 2 rounds Zhang. He shit himself. Anyway, here's the video.
One time in my life, I'm a veteran, you know what I mean? I done seen it all. It's amazing what has happened in my life and what has occurred, you know. I've surpassed so many people, but I'm always the one that's being failed to by others to be acknowledged, the greatness of me and all the greatness that I've accomplished and have done.
This guy's megalomaniac, man. He wants more recognition. He reminds me of what they call it, Napoleon complex. Wilder's 6'7" though. Napoleon complex is normally someone who's 4 foot tall. But Wilder's got a Napoleon complex. Oh, no one's giving me my credit. Credit for what? Big Bang having a go on you? Or Tyson Fury who can't punch? Sparkleton in you twice. Really? Who's Fury? Fury couldn't do nothing with Mbonga. It's the truth. And I'm pretty sure Fury's next fight... Well, no, he fought Chisora, did he? But it wasn't long after. You got knocked out. It wasn't long after. You got knocked out by Fury. Mbonga had to go on him. End of the day. That shows you his level, Fury's level. Mbonga was in the mix and arguably won that fight. About you haven't given me my flowers. You've got one win. And that's got an asterisk on it. We don't know how old Ortiz is. Ortiz is alright, but we don't know how old he is. Yeah. Some people say 62 when you fought him. Some people say 56. Whatever number you're throwing out there, he's too old, man. Name me a prime athlete he's beat. A prime with their documents. A documented athlete. I'm not talking about no Cuban import with his moody fake thing from Fidel Castro. I'm talking legit documents. Birth certificates. You can name one. Name one. Go on. There isn't one on your resume, mate. Seriously, name one. You don't even have the Pulevs or the Povetkins. He doesn't have any of the mid-level world heavyweights. I'm trying to think. It's just Ortiz. Not even a Chisora's on there. In fact, you ducked Povetkin. You didn't want to smoke with Povetkin.
His head snapped off the canvas.
The saying is you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and I disagree with that. Anyone that believes you can't teach an old dog new tricks, then you need to check yourself.
This one is over!
You know, when I plan and set a goal for something, I must see it through. I can't preach things and not lead by example, you know, and I'm a type of person that if I say something, then I'm going to lead by example. So follow me, let's go, let's get it. I never surrender, I never quit. Like I said, I die for what I believe in, and there ain't no lie. We're going to have some good time, man. We're going to have a great time. You know, this is the return of me mentally, physically, and emotionally. So it's like people getting a new version of me in a veteran style and fashion and formation. I'm on all Millie Green, baby. With them stripes on me. I got a many stars on my chest, baby. You know, ain't nothing I got to prove to nobody. So I don't have no pressure on me. I don't have nothing but that.
And there you hear it there. I don't have no pressure on me. Yeah, I'm there to have a good time, he says. Listen.
I have a good time and enjoy the fruits of my labor.
See? So his mindset's changed now. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing, it's like, you know, who can't win a fight when they're supposed to win? It's very rare. You've got to be someone like Johnny Fisher, completely useless, to lose a fight that you're a 10-1 favourite in. You've got to be a proper weapon idiot to get punched up as a 10-1 favourite. Wilder knows what he's doing. To be fair to Wilder, he's not even fighting a Dave Allen, right? He's not. This dude Herndon, never heard of him a day in my life. Never even watched him, and there'd be no point watching him. He's useless. And I think even if he wasn't useless, they probably paid him. So Wilder knows what he's doing here. He's enjoying it because he's back to the rigged sparring partner fights like Robert Bumlenius. Do you understand? So I expect nothing less. In fact, I think the gambling will be rubbish. Probably not worth it. You'd have to go like the first round or something. That's what you'd have to do to find some value. Even the first 3 rounds, I think it will be like less than 1-1 that you'll get on that. It might be worth a punt though, still double your money, but I know what will happen. If I put some money on the first 3, it'll just go to round 5 or something, and it'll piss me off, man. But it should be early. That's what I believe, it will be early for this one. Anyway, linking what you've said there back to this bit here, it does worry me when athletes... I mean, I'm sceptical of the sports psychiatry business, to be honest. I'm trying to think of the greats. The old... I think if... Bear in mind, when Wilder was coming up, yeah, did you ever hear him talk about psychologist? You didn't. Psychologist is a bit like, in my opinion, for elite sport, it might work for some people if you're suggestible. Psychology is or psychiatry, whatever you call it, is mainly about suggestibility. Yeah? If you can believe some other man can tell you something, if you can believe what some other man's telling you, then it'll work, right? But I tell the psychologist now, bro, If you ain't got no bread for my pockets, how can a psychologist help me, man? I need the money. I don't need no corny words, bro. What bills they gonna pay? That's what I tell psychologists, man. And even in the fight game, I'd argue similar. What words can he tell me? You either want to fight and storm the beach of Normandy, or you want to piss and shit yourself on the boat. That's the two choices. It's binary. It's like one or the other. It's not like a big middle ground. You either get stuck in and go out on your back, or you shit your pants. That's how I feel. And that's most cases. That's the case in life, really, objectively. But yeah, when he was coming up, he wasn't interested. He was like, "Oh man, you know what? 5, 4, fun. I smell the blood of an Englishman." Yeah, that was innate self-belief and confidence. I guess once he's fell off the wagon though, and he's been punched up, he's now looking for external. Wilder is a bit of an idiot, isn't he? Like a bumpkin. So he might be suggestible. Yeah? If someone blows some smoke up his ass, he might start believing it. So it might work for him. But in the main, it'll work for him until he's in a sticky situation. Until he's in there with a 280-pound man with quick hands. That's when it'll work until. Yeah, and that's when you'll know how good. Oh, I'm better now. I'm so much better now. Yeah, you won't know that until you're in there with someone half decent. To tell the truth, and I don't believe. The problem is when you're hungry. It's one thing when you lose and you're broke. You have to come back and you have to find a way. Needs must, I think they call it. When it's critical that you do something, it's much easier to lock in. When you've got 20, 30 mil, you're thinking, yeah, I'll knock some bums out. Like if I had 30, 40 mil and they said to me, hey, YB, I'll pay you another $1 million to knock some bum out, I'd be, yeah, I'm in my best life, I'm in my best mindset. Then if you told me, I'll pay you 8 mil to fight a hard fight, I'm going to be thinking, well, I'll get in there, I'll have a look, and if it don't work out, and that's how Wilder looks like he fights. He gets in there and he thinks, if they stick their chin out and are gagging for the right hand, I'll put it on them. But if they don't, I'm not going to go looking for it. And I think that's a hard trend to break. You got to have a why. Why are you doing it? Okay, my daughter's disabled, which was Wilder's case. He had to. But now, what's the why? Picking up bread. I can't think of a fighter who could fight hard for the bread. I can't name one. Floyd. He never fought hard though. He was smart enough to be able to just stink the place out for 12 rounds. A bit different. Wilder's not going to be that guy. He's not a boxer like that. Wilder's going to have to get into range and he's long, but he's going to have to get in there to some extent. He can't just piddle around. Although he did. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, the last one we'll play is this one here when he's slagging off Fury.
Was it Fury?
I mean, when you know what Fury is a cheater. He's the biggest cheater in boxing.
You still on that, huh?
Being who they are. It's just like being a racist. If you was a racist and I knew you was a racist and I choose to still hang around you, I just know what kind of category to put you in. That don't mean I gotta dislike you or whatever. I don't fuck with you at all for sure. But if you come around or whatever, I can't. You know what I mean? We can communicate.
There is some,
time.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at that. I already know what he is. We know it. They know what they are.
So you still believe that Fury's a cheater?
Of course. Come on, bro.
Okay. He's retired now.
The biggest in boxing. How many times? 20 times?
Yeah. Would you wish him a happy retirement?
I don't think he's retired.
Yeah.
Alright, so you heard it there. Some more sour grapes from Wilder. The interesting thing is, though, he's not bitter about Joe Parker or Zhang. So that does lead you to believe that maybe there was some cheating. Equally, I think the rivalry there, Wilder was unbeaten at the point he fought Fury. So that probably, when you get your cherry popped, right, you might not remember number 3 and 4, but the one you popped your cherry with, that's what they say. That's the one you remember. So he's bitter. Yeah. So Tyson Fury popped him in his balloon knot, proverbially speaking. But yeah, anyway, man, let's see he's going to go early. Let's have a quick look, actually, before we get out of here. No, I'll say that for Friday, actually. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like with the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about it. Some people stop it. Yep, bosh.